Good evening, fellow traders. What's going on? It's the Wolf. Welcome to another episode of the Wolf Den Trader Takeaways. Today's Monday, August 5th. Pretty slow day, actually. We didn't have much going on. Not much popping in pre-market, but we did trade APHA, Cannabis Pharmaceuticals, and we're still on that swing ding SMSI. So with that being said, let's roll to executions. Rebecca. All right, thank you so much. Now, looking here at SMSI, we have the 15-minute chart and also the 1-minute chart up. 5-minute chart, I'm sorry, the 2 days. So I'm looking at the company. It's a cannabis pharmaceutical company. It's 250 billion or million shares, 1.764 billion market cap. So it's mid cap, a little bit larger than what we're used to. Let's just go ahead and hop over to the Jumbotron 3-year chart. Massive right here. So as you can see, we have two main distributions of volume, right? We have this volume distribution right here, and then we have some volume clearance, and then another distribution of volume. Now, I only have one trade today, so I'm just going to spend a couple minutes, maybe a minute, on the volume profile. So, Rebecca, can you enhance? Nice. So let's look at this one right here. So here's an LVN, right? This is how we mark them. The low volume nodes are the bright white nodes, right? And those are the areas which I am going to pay attention to the reaction on the tape, right? I want to see the bid and the ask interplay, which is, the best bid, the best offer. I want to see the interplay between those two, between that passive that passive liquidity reaction to aggressive buyers and how that hits the tape. Now, the Wolf Den, we're the dirty tape extraordinaires. So we pick up on this all the time, especially when we get into dilution plays. We want to know, we are the concierge of the tape, right? We want to know what's going on this tape, and especially at these levels, right? So we are marking these levels, not for targets. They are conducive to targets, but really ultimately we want to see continuation, right? We want to see failure. We want to predict failure, which would be a target, or continuation, right? That's really what it's all about. And as we look from one consolidation to the next, you can see that these low areas of volume right here, you're going to get more range, right? There's less support. There's less resistance, right? Support and resistance, uptick, downtick volume is measured in the amount of volume sitting there as opposed to the amount of volume coming at it, right? Inertia, acceleration, deacceleration on the tape. Harry Haas taught me a few things. Shout out to Harry. He's not in the room, but he's a great trader from Canada, and he taught me. He spent a little time with me, showed me a couple things about the tape. So I want to say thanks about that. But really, it just comes from sitting down and watching the tape hour after hour after hour, right? One of the things that Harry told me was it doesn't even matter if the kid is hungover. He's going to grab a jug of water and he's going to sit down on Saturday mornings and he's going to watch tape. And that stuck with me. So let's watch a tape. Now, with that being said, let's roll over to executions. And we see a little wedge here. Look at these wicks. These wicks right here interest me. Right, especially coming off of the pivots. Look at this nice wick right here from 630 to 660, right? Just a little heads up, but let's roll over to executions. Bam. DAS is a great charting tool. Let me just show you that one more time. Look how small this chart gets. Right, I got these charts like this set up all over my screen. Right, I want to check out the 1-hour chart, the 15-minute chart. Just pulling out of nowhere, right? Like Mary Poppins coming out of the woods. Lickety split. Executions, APHA. Now, I was carrying a 728 average. I took some shares home over the weekend. Let's go ahead. Let me just pull that up real quick. All right, now look at this beating I took on Friday. All right, so here's Friday's trading. Now, we're taking a little bit of a beating. We already went over this trade. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but we're fighting this strength from 650 up to 750. We carried a little bit over with the 728 average. Now, the loss on this was very minimal. This was a commission beating, right? I think I was like minus 0.06, like 0.6%, our loss on this. But we took a little, commission smacked us around. Not too bad, but we tripled that, made it back today, and we're happy about that. So just goes to show that proper tape reading can get you out of a jam. We want to know the tape. Really, that's what it comes down to. We want to know the tape. I'm just stressing that over and over, guys. Learn the tape. So with that 728 average, here's pre-market right here. So I'm trimming the position. I trimmed some off at 708, right? I'm taking 20 cents now because I took a little bit of a loss yesterday, so I want to pad the wallet in case this thing gets legs, right? This is a bigger market cap. The market is a little bit weaker today, but we didn't know that at this point. We just knew that not much was running, and then we get a flush at the bell. Now I'm taking some nice profit here at 690. Now that puts me in a good position. I think that was 1/3 of my swing. Then we get some strength. I'm actually really, really happy with this cover right here. It was great. That was a market order out. That was an aggressive cover. We switched the guns hot, and we bottom ticked it, and we're happy. That put us in a good mood, and then we're just starting to lean into strength here. Let's kind of zoom in a little bit. So I get some ads off, and then I'm selling it off in exhaustion, expecting more legs, right? When I cover like this, especially two covers, half the position of the scalps, that means I'm expecting more strength, right? I'm not gonna stray away from not taking this position right here at 707 and scalping it, right? I mean, that's just a little bonus, and we're getting better and better at that, right? So that's just a little 7-8 cents, some gravy, right? Some gravy on the taters, little sprinkles on the ice cream, whatever. It's just money. We want to take that money, and then we get some more money. We've been getting money on this thing for all day. We layered the strategy, right? So this right here, this is a core cover from the swing, the 728 swing, which is a little bit off the chart up top. So we're covering the core swing. We're covering the core swing. We're feeling good. Then we're going to scalp, right? When we scalp intraday on top of a core swing strategy, that's a layered strategy. We're looking to tighten the scalps to pay for the overnight fees and the commissions. And then these ads up top, right? 720 was my line. These ads up here on 720 were 3 to 5 times larger, right, than the scalps, because these go into the core play, right? So this is a core position entry. This is a core position entry, and this one down here is core cover, and the rest in between 690 and 712 are all scalps, right? That makes sense. If it doesn't, hit the rewind button. So then we're just catching momentum here. I mean, we're really watching the tape. These larger mid caps and large caps and mid caps, they kind of really slow things down a little bit. I haven't watched 4 or 5 hours of a mid cap in a while. Shout out to Omar. He's our mid cap specialist. He's a sniper. He's trading on the mobile setup today. Way to be, Omar. But he trades mid caps in the room, and it just slows things down a little bit. And I liked it. I did like it. It was a little bit easier, but we still need that range. And I said in the room that I'm going to scalp this thing until we don't get any range. And then I'm leaning into some strength here. They got me. This was a poor execution. I remember this thing was even sitting at 695. And I could just tell, I'm like, man, the way that the tape is printing right now is like they're baiting shorts, and this is the feeling that I got. And I was like, nah, they're not going to get me. I'm going to wait. And then it pops up another 3 cents, and then they get me. But these are the little games that are going on, and these games are all psychological games. These guys are experts at it, right? They have millions and millions of dollars. They're institutions, they're banks. You better believe they know how to bait small and medium-sized players. That's what they do for a living. And it's our job to trade alongside them, right? So we took a little bit of an emotional beating right here, right? Now, I didn't continue to add. I stopped and I waited for confirmation on the back. Now, I was about 50, 60, maybe 70% sure that this was the back, and then I have to put in relation to the scale. I don't want to go over my scaling strategy right now, but we do have design scaling strategies. This is just not me clicking buttons, add, right? This is specific percentages, 8, 12, 33, 46. Like this is a specific scaling strategy, and that is we have setups, we have execution strategies, and we have layered strategies, right? Like you have columns A, B, and C. Now, any play on any day can be like an A setup, not a graded setup, but you can take an A style setup and you can put a B style execution to it, right? You get there's multiple, right? Trading is an art. I'm just going to leave it at that. Trading is an art, and there's a lot going on. The more time you spend on your strategies and your execution strategies, not only your setups, there's also execution strategies that we have to practice and perfect, right? Even down to a micro push. This is one part of this entire trade. Now, if I screw this up, or if I have to stop out, or if I cause error here, this can affect the entire trade. And now that I'm in a layered trade with a core short and on top of an intraday scalp, this can we have to be on top of not only per execution, but we have to be on top of in relation to, we're working two averages right now. I mean, there's a lot going on this chart. We're getting better every day. And I know there's a lot of traders out there who can just run circles around me. So leave some comments. If you guys are talented and you want to talk, please leave some comments, DM me. Let's get together. Let's talk thesis. So here we are. I'm just trying to sell into pops at this point. I dodged this push right here off of VWAP, but I did trim. Right. So now I'm just, after this flush right here, I'm watching the tape and I'm seeing things slowing down, right? This flush right here was way different than this flush right here, okay? Now that's a heads up. That's what we want to see. So I didn't enter. I'm watching the push now. I'm watching the buyers take control. And then I see this one. This is a third flush. This is slowing down even more on top of, a 250 million outstanding stock. When I'm used to trading 20 million outstanding stocks, this is like, slow motion, right? So we got a good read on this one, and I just knew that at this point I was gonna sell $7 and I'm gonna short pops. And I thought I was waiting for this to come back up until my kill zone, right? I want to short 710, 715, 720. I want to play with the big boys. That's what they're doing. In my opinion, that's what these guys were doing, because I have the books, right? We can look inside the NASDAQ, the Edge. We can look inside the order books. And, they can hide their orders, but we can get a good idea in relation to percentages, in my opinion. So here we are. I'm just buying 7. And I had a 714 ad right here, and I just near missed. I didn't chase it. I'm watching the tape. Now here, I thought we were going to get some legs. You guys always hear me talking about higher lows. And look at this. Higher low, higher low, higher low. I had to take some off. Now, this is my first buy since, the morning bell area consolidation right here. Above $7. I was kind of happy about that. $6.99. I was trying to keep all my buys under 7, but you know what? We can't make the charts always look pretty. It's not about being right. It's about making money. And I was expecting a push here, so I trimmed 200 shares at 704. Right? I'm not going to add here. I'm only going to add at 710, 715, 720 really. I pulled that 714 order, so I'm not going to chase it. No way. Now, just when we talk about when we, if it's a near miss cover, we go pro side, right? Pro side is we pull our target and we go down to the next micro consolidation. That's what I did. This was a pro side ad right here. I missed 714. I'm not going to go amateur side and chase that down. No way, right? I'm going to go pro side. I'm going to go up. That's what I did. 714 miss. Okay, guys, do your little manipulation on your rookies and do what you got to do. Come back up. I'm going to catch you at 718. And that's what I did. I caught 718 instead of 714. That's a pro side miss. It's okay to miss. We want to miss pro side. And then that's really all it was. I took an early trim right here in relation to this scalp. So I took 40% off, making 8 cents. And then I'm just trimming out. And I had a little bit of the position left, and I just sold the rest of it off at 702. I took the rest of it off. So that's it. Now it looks like it's fading a little bit, but that's really the trade, guys. It's just a layered strategy. We're getting better every day. We're practicing. This is really what it's all about. We're just trying to get better and better every day, 1% better. That's really all it is. That, and then we had SMSI. Now, SMSI, we're in a swing trade. We've been trading this thing since day one. We're short 592, and I'm just taking some off in case we get a push. Everything's pretty weak right now, but I'm just taking some profit down to 551. I was looking to add back. I'm selling 6s on this one, right? The medium players are selling 6, so I had orders out all day. I will have orders out tomorrow to sell 6, and then it was spready right here, and I just wanted to take a little bit of the position off some more at 556 because I'm in a decent sized core swing, and we're looking good on that. Now, with that being said, let's hop over to Wolf Trading Discord room. Also, a shout out to my trader accountability buddy, Fuchs. He finally joined the room. Been trying to get him to join for like a month. Shout out to Fuchs, most talented German trader I've ever met. And there's a couple of those guys out there. This guy's got talent. He's got one of the best technical eyes in the business, in my opinion. So ask this guy many questions as you can. He's a breakout trader, and he knows patterns, that's for sure. So with that being in mind, folks, we appreciate the join. Here's what's running NPTN. NPTN was not on the radar today. We just get an after hours push right here. Look, we have some earnings and a conference call. I did not listen to the call, but I'm going to be looking into that one tonight. OESX. OESX is higher time frame bullish from January, but I zoomed out and I looked at the 10-year chart and the things overall bearish, but be careful. This one has been in a bull trend since January. Nice little fadey chart. Maybe we can get some volume in on it tomorrow. And QUAD, it's been up for like 4 days, but it's just been fadey. And this one has given me a good general sentiment to the small to mid cap market. So I'm using quad as like the small cap SPY right now, and this one is just kind of fadey, a little all day fade parade, and that's about it, guys. So appreciate your time. Thanks a lot for giving us a look. Any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. Maybe we're thinking about doing a podcast. We'll get some guys. If anybody's interested in sharing their experience or their journey, or just wants to cut it up a little bit, help out some of the newer guys, give us a look and send us a message. We'd be willing to do something like that. All right, guys, thanks a lot. We'll see you next time, and be safe. We'll see you.